It's a lovely park, it really is. I mean, the water's nice, and I like this chair. How they got me down here with this chair, really, really helpful. I get to go out in the water with it, and my kids just love it here too.
We're at Motz County Park, which is in north central Clinton County, and 2 years ago it was literally a hole in the ground and nothing else. This is a former sand and gravel operation, and what's great about this is we can take a former sand and gravel operation and turn it into a recreation playground. And so what you've got here is a kind of a neat place that we've been able to design for recreation. We didn't just take what nature provided us, but we were able to go a step better by making sure this place is accessible to every person who wants to visit it. Whether they have a disability that slows them up from walking, running, if they're in a wheelchair, if they've got a walker, and in fact, if they want to swim and are in a wheelchair, we're ready to go. We have some beautiful facilities that have been donated to us to help people get in the water who've never been in the water before or are reluctant to get in the water or would have a hard time transferring from a wheelchair just into the water. We've got a wheelchair that goes in the water. One of the things that we did with the lake was when we sculpt the lake has always gentle slopes. So say you slipped off the shoreline where people love to play, or maybe they're fishing and they hook a big one. They slip off the shoreline. Some gravel pits, it's pretty deep and steep. Not here. It's a gentle slope, so you can get right in.
The swimming area is very clean. It's also pretty shallow, and there's buoys. The other nice thing is there's like some little life areas for if somebody was to get into trouble out in the water. You could, you know, there's a thing to assist you. It's nice and sandy.
We also built a nice handicapper fishing pier. This fishing pier is accessible for everyone, and it has railings around it, so even people being a little rambunctious aren't going to fall off into the water, even if you hook a Moby Dick.
Well, you know, this is the county's first regional park, and we wanted to do something. We wanted to do this right from the beginning, and so we've been living with ADA for a number of years now. But we wanted to not only meet the state of the art for ADA, but go beyond it. So we worked with a citizens committee who came up with some excellent, cost-effective ideas. We came up with a beach house that did away with the traditional men's and women's side.
I myself have 3 children, so it's really nice to be able to take my children in there and not have to say you have to wait out here.
There's a special needs room because there are certain injuries that require some additional help that you wouldn't have to have in a normal barrier-free. And we have a wheelchair storage room that wheelchairs are made available, all-terrain and regular wheelchairs for park patrons who need them. But the beauty of the beach house is that first come, first served. Regardless of your physical abilities, female, you know, wheelchair, young mothers with children, you have a lot more freedom, a lot more adaptability in this building than you would in your traditional toilet building settings. Our picnic pavilion, everything is connected from the parking lot by sidewalks, and comes to our picnic building. And in that picnic building, it's accessible, and we have food service counters that somebody in a wheelchair can roll right up and help themselves. They don't have to be waited on hand and foot. Well, the pavilion was built in partnership with the Intermediate School District. The students of the construction trade class, they came in and volunteered their help and constructed it over about a 2-month period. So there was no labor cost. We were able to do it just for the cost of materials, and they did a very professional job. Our sidewalks exceed ADA. The ADA standard is 5% gradient. We have sidewalks that are anywhere from 4 to 4.5% gradient, so it's easy to get around. The beach house is at a higher elevation than our swimming beach and also our fishing piers, so it makes the park accessible.
One of the great things about these kind of facilities is they don't just serve a person, say, in a wheelchair. They literally make life better for a 3-year-old. You wonder how can it make it better for a 3-year-old? It makes it better for a 3-year-old because they can easily get up to the picnic table and hop on the seat. The toilets are lower, so it's easier for them to get at the toilet. The wash basins are lower, so it's easier for them to wash their hands. The drinking fountain is more acceptable to them. They can reach everything. So these things make it great for little kids as well as folks with mobility impairments. It's a family-friendly place.
When you come into this park, you don't have to wonder if you will have a bathroom or a picnic table available, because everything is 100% accessible.
Everything is paved, beautiful walkway, so if you do have any kind of a disability to get around very easily, we have our folks actually use walkers and wheelchairs. This would be a wonderful place to bring even them, because they can get anywhere they need to go.
Well, we applied for a development grant from the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund. And unbeknownst to us, that year, 2007, that we applied, the Kellogg Foundation had, I think it was $1 million that they made available to the DNR to select projects that they thought that DNR would judge to be truly innovative in terms of universal access. And this project was one of 3 selected from the state of Michigan to receive funding. And so this county received $333,000 unsolicited from the Kellogg Foundation Access to Recreation Fund.
I'm able to get there, the water, my kids are here with me, my family, we're all here. Accessibility is the best place. Don't be afraid. I did it, you can do it. I'm here, you can be here too.